Hello, hello, hello. Sorry, you caught me off guard. Then I was kind of swaying to the music, you know. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Ang pangalan ko po Lira Simon Kabatbat, and I'm broadcasting live from London, England, on our usual Thursday get together, Lira in Law. Welcome po, and thank you very much for joining me. I hope that you'll find it interesting, if not enjoyable, no? Our usual Thursday get together nga. Salamat po ulit. Thank you very much for your time. Always a pleasure. As I say, I'm a solicitor here in the UK. I have been in practice now 33 years. I know. 33 years. 33 years post-qualification experience, which means that it does not even include the study or indeed the training. If you add those, then I'm probably knocking on nearly 4 decades of being in law. And I must admit, kahit nga ngayon, nearly 40 years later, it's never boring. I know some people may think, oh, no, it's law is boring. Hindi po, absolutely not. Certainly not the areas I practice in. And one of which is immigration. Yung pag-uusapan po natin ngayon is, again, a topic that's come from you, no? So every week we pick usually a star question, and today is no different. We have chosen from our list of questions and they are they're all interesting questions, but I've chosen this question as a star question because it's one that, in fact, weirdly, coincidentally, in the last couple of weeks, I've had a few inquiries. Well, actually, I've had a few clients where it's a very similar situation. Who found themselves in very similar situations, very similar scenarios that obviously have led them to be very concerned. So ito pong problema talagang nanggaling sa kapwa natin. So you very kindly put in your questions, yung scenario nga. So it is, as I say, it's a big topic. It's a big topic. So let me just read to you. So topic po natin nga ngayon is changing your visa from worker to partner. Okay, so and this came from our star question. Star question, let me just read it to you. It's this. So sabi niya, hi po, no? Need ko pong tulong sa visa, no? Dati po, ako'y skilled worker. Pero na-cancel na ang visa ko dahil nalugi ang company. May anak po akong British at may partner din ako. Pero hindi pa po kami kasal. Hindi pa siya divorce, sabi niya, no? Sa visa ko, nakalagay na pwede pa ako magstay sa UK hanggang 9 December. Sabi niya dito 2026. But I think that's probably wrong. I suspect ibig niya sabihin 2025. Pero late ko pong natanggap yung email na na-cancel na pala ang visa ko. Sabi niya, no? Ano po kayang pwede kong gawin? Medyo maapektuhan na rin akong nakakaisip kung anong visa ang pwede kong i-applyan, no? Para makastay pa dito. So which is fair enough. So ang problema nga, skilled worker siya, wala na yung trabaho niya, so they went bust, it seems, yung kumpanya nga niya. The visa has been curtailed. Anong pwede niyang gawin? Not an unusual scenario now, unfortunately. So yun pag-uusapan po natin. So changing your visa, can she change her visa from worker to partner? If that's the case, anong kailangang mangyari? Big topic. Hindi lang po topic natin ngayon, hindi lang yon, no? There are other things that we're going to be talking about. So spouse visa, for example, minimum income requirement, which obviously went up to £29,000. So ang dami pa nating mga topic mamaya. So it's a big topic, but we don't shy away from big topic. Never. So yung pag-uusapan po natin. So I hope that you'll be able to join me for the duration. No, nothing like seeing something live, and it's never boring. Last week we had some technical issues, so you can tell, no, when we're live, because we're battling technical issues sometimes, but so hopefully tonight is not going to be as exciting, technically speaking, as last week, but certainly it's going to be exciting because of the topics that we have. Great and big topics again. So we're going to take a quick break. Saglit nga lang po. We're going to come back and then we're going to launch into our topic. Okay? Sandali lang. Come back and see me in a moment. Welcome back po sa inyong lahat. Good evening ulit. Welcome back to LIRA in Law. Ang pangalan ko po Lira Simon Kabatbat. I am a solicitor in the United Kingdom. I work at Douglas Simon Solicitors. We are solicitors in Greater London. So the end of the district line, Richmond, the beautiful place of Richmond. But welcome back to a cold Thursday evening. At least hindi nga umuulan, no? Not at least it was drizzly a little bit today, but it's always drizzly about this time nga. But there you go. Anyway, welcome po. I hope that you can join me. I hope you enjoy our topic nga. So ang topic po natin is changing your visa from say worker to partner. No? Galing po ito sa kababayan natin. Sabi nga niya, so just to summarize, skilled work visa siya. So nandito siya as a worker, nagtatrabaho nga siya dito, na-cancel na yung visa niya, sabi niya, or rather curtailed, pinutol nila yung visa niya dahil yung kumpanya na pinagtatrabaho niya, yung employer na nagbigay sa kanya ng cost and certificate of sponsorship, it seems they went bust. It happens, unfortunately. So nalaman nga niya, late nga lang, so matatapos daw ang visa niya, 9 December, pinutol nila to 9 December, I suspect 2024, 2024 was last year. 2025 na tayo. 2025. Sabi nga niya sa question nga 2026. But I think that's probably incorrect. So I think it's probably 2025 matatapos. Nandito siya kasama niya. May anak siya dito. British yung anak niya. So dito siguro pinanganak yung bata. Meron din siyang partner. Pero hindi sila kasal. I suspect that the partner either has indefinite leave to remain or British na nga din. Dahil I say that because the child is British. So minana siguro nung bata yung citizenship ng ama or indeed indefinite leave to remain, which means by default British nga din yung bata. Now, she's only been given until the 9th of December, siguro 2025, to do something nga, no? So 9th of December, ano na tayo? We are November, so she has therefore 4 weeks lang, 4 weeks walang to do something. So I'm glad you put the question now, no? And hopefully makakatulong tayo for you to now make a decision na bang kailangan mong gawin. And it's never bad to seek independent legal advice, no? And you can do that also on a fixed fee basis, yung unang-una. So at least makikita nga ng abogado kung ano talaga mga papeles mo. It's always a good thing to seek independent legal advice. No, we obviously try and help a little bit to point you in some, hopefully the right direction. But it never beats seeking legal advice. Kind of one-to-one. Question niya: given all those circumstances, ano ba kailangan niyang gawin? Meron pa ba siyang magagawa nga dito? Dahil, of course, it would be terrible kung kailangan niyang umuwi sa atin. I mean, the Philippines is lovely, but of course, you don't want to leave your family in the UK, no? So ano bang kailangan niyang gawin dito? Or is that something that she can also do in the United Kingdom? So yun ang sitwasyon. Now, so ang unang-una nga, may mga visa na pwede niyong palitan from the United Kingdom to change over to say a partner route or spouse route kung kasal nga kayo, no? And the skilled worker route is one of them, which is good news to you. No? So, ibig sabihin, kung ganyang klase ng visa nyo, you're working here as under the skilled worker route, then you can change over from that to a spouse or partner. No, the general term nga is partner. So that's good news. Now, as I say, I suspect that your visa is valid until December 2025 rather than 2026. But nang nangyari nga, pinutol. So the good news is, as I say, you can change it. A skilled worker route usually can be changed from that to the partner route. Anong kailangan mong gawin? Anong proseso? Now, so una po, the application is made online. It's an application to vary. It's a variation of leave to remain from that of a skilled worker to that of a spouse. Ibang-iba. Okay, because as you know, with skilled worker, there are points that you need to satisfy. It's made under the was made under the points-based system nga, but this, the spouse visa is made under the immigration rules, and the relevant section, if you want to look it up, is called Appendix FM. Okay, you can Google it, Appendix FM, and makikita nyo doon. It's quite long. It's not that easy to also maneuver it around in, but it's quite long. Hindi lang po yun. With the appendix nga, there are also case worker guidance. But I will try and summarize anong kailangan mangyari. So una nga proseso, you need to make an application to vary your leave to remain. The application is made online. Okay, so you need to complete the application form online. You can save it, go back to it later on. But you should have ready, yung passport mo, for example, and details of your also your skilled work visa nga. Now, anong ang tawag ng papasok mo? What kind of application are you submitting? Your application is under the partner route, Appendix FM, as I say. Now, hindi kayo kasal. You made the point nga na hindi nga kayo kasal, kasal pa nga siya. That's fine, no? Partner ka pa rin kahit hindi kayo kasal. As long as you're able to show that you are effectively in a durable relationship. That's sometimes the phrase that they use. Normally, that means that you've been in a relationship like a marriage, a minimum of 2 years. Okay? Now, bear in mind, so those of you who are maybe watching us nga from nasa Pinas kayo, nandito yung partner nyo nga dito, lagi kayo nagkikita, nagpapadala siya o nagpapadala nga kayo, and you are in a relationship like a marriage, especially kung meron kayong mga bata, hindi nga lang kayo kasal, kahit hindi kayo nagsasama, because the definition of a partner actually changed, I think it was 2022 when they changed. Kahit hindi kayo nagsasama, it could be that you still qualify as a partner under Appendix FM. So kahit nga hindi kayo nagsasama, don't think that you're excluded as a partner. So in your case, nandito nga kayo, no? Nagsasama nga kayo dito. At saka meron kayong anak, no? Very likely, kahit hindi nga kayo kasal, that you would be regarded a partner. Now, if you've not been together for 2 years, the relationship has not been ongoing now for 2 years, that's not necessarily the end of it. Dahil may nga anak kayo because that a child is obviously very good evidence, not necessarily conclusive, but certainly near enough that you are indeed in a relationship like a marriage. So yun. But don't just ignore the fact na hindi nga siya, nakasal pa nga siya. Pagka nagpasok ka ng application, magpapadala ka rin siguro ng sulat nga, no? O statement o kind of a letter from you o parang affidavit ang itsura. You can also include it in there o sa yung partner mo. Sasabihin nyo doon, you would be looking to marry if that's indeed the case, no? But in the meantime, you're definitely a partner. You qualify as a partner because you've been together like a marriage, in a relationship like a marriage, a minimum of 2 years. Meron din kayong anak, no? So you will find that the Home Office should accept that the relationship is indeed like a marriage, no? And that it's been ongoing for hopefully a minimum of 2 years. Now, so if you need to address that in your representations, if you have legal, if you have a solicitor, kung meron kayong abogado, sasabihin nila, certain is one thing that I would address in my legal representations nga. And kung wala kayong abogado, you should also address it sa statement nyo. Sabihin nyo doon, why is it that you are not yet married. Doesn't have to be long, no. You can simply say he remains, he's still married, but it's a relationship like a marriage. So you are, if you like, unmarried partner, no. So the application, nevertheless, even though you're not married, is submitted under the spouse, the partner route, which is the same as the spousal route. Appendix FM nga is the law that the Home Office will look at now. So that's one thing. So your application made online, ang gagawin mo, papalitan mo yung visa mo from that of skilled worker to that of a partner under the partner route nga. Ano pang kailangan yung pakita? Minimum income requirement, that has gone up. The minimum income requirement is now £29,000, okay? That went up in, I think it was 2023, end of 2023, it went up from £18,600 to £29,000. The fact na meron kayong anak nga does not make any difference. It doesn't add or take away from the minimum income requirement na kailangan yung pakita. Now, because nandito ka nga, at saka siguro may trabaho ka pa rin, no? O it may be that your partner is also now is earning £29,000. You can join because you're allowed to work, at least at the moment nga, no? The 29 yung income mo sa income niya, no? As at the date of the application. So if your joint income is in fact £29,000, then you're fine. Even better, kung income nga niya is £29,000. But the minimum income requirement must be satisfied. And it is the most recent minimum income requirement of £29,000, even though, of course, you've been in a relationship in the UK as a family, no? But hindi yun ang visa mo eh. So kung pumasok ka dito as a spouse already before the change in the law, sure, you can rely on the £18,600. But this is a new application under a spouse visa. So ibig sabihin, yung 29,000 ang minimum income requirement. Of course, that's inclusive of tax. Now, £29,000 per annum. And you need to be able to prove that. And if you can work, you're allowed to work, which you are at the moment, you can join your income. Hindi nga lang, so hindi nga lang sa kanya. That's also a fairly common misconception na mga tao sabi nila, oh, kala ko yung sponsor ko lang, yung asawa ko lang, yung partner ko lang ang mapapakita, ang kailangan magpakita ng £29,000 buo. Hindi po. If you are allowed to work in the United Kingdom, then you can join your income together. And if jointly it makes £29,000 minimum, you are fine. Okay, so you're on. Now, if you are not, however, kung wala ka ng trabaho, dahil nawala na ng trabaho mo, tapos yung partner mo nga is ang income niya mas mababa, then you should, of course, make representations on exceptional circumstances. No? Now, ibig sabihin, you need to explain to the Home Office bakit hindi ba pwedeng basta-basta kang uuwi sa atin, papasok ka nga dito. And to be frank, kung uuwi ka sa atin, pero ang income niya under £29,000, I can't see that you're going to be able to fix that, no? Unless, of course, he then gets another job. In the meantime, yung bata, ano mangyayari? Sino mag-aalaga? Uuwi ba? Kasama ka ba? So that is when you should also make representations about your child, no? Especially kung bata pa yung bata. Because that makes it sometimes harder nga to look after them, because sometimes you need someone to do it full time. So there you need to make representations on the what's called best interest of the child. And I'll give you this as a tip. Now, the law to look at, or the law that the Home Office will look at, is called the Section 55 BCIA. I can never remember what that stands for, but anyway, it's Section 55. No? So if you Google Section 55, children best interest, that will come up. Kailangan nilang tignan yun dahil nandito yung bata, for one thing, and it is a factor they must consider. Okay, it's not a question of ifs, but they must consider it. It is the law. It is a factor that they must consider. In fact, it's a factor that they should consider as the first. It's not the only thing they need to consider, but it is right up there, no? Best interest of the child. Lagay niyo yun, no? And that takes even more, it becomes even more important nga, as I say, if you don't satisfy the 29,000 pounds, because you want the Home Office to exercise the discretion nga in your favor, right? Now, there are consequences if they do that. Yung bisang bigay sa'yo not under the Appendix FM in relation to the usual partner route, but rather under Appendix FM, but on exceptional basis. There are consequences to that as regards the type of visa, the length of visa, no, that you will get, and indeed the type of visa that you would get. But we'll come back to that. So, sabihin natin, minimum income requirement, 29,000 pounds. Great. No, you tick that box, hopefully. If not, as I say, you need to work that much harder. You have to try and persuade the Home Office to exercise their discretion in your favor. But let's say you satisfy the 29,000 pounds. Accommodation. Okay, so don't forget, when you say to the Home Office, we satisfy this financial requirement, it has two prongs, no? The financial requirement. Hindi nga lang yung pera na 29,000 pounds, but also accommodation. But I can't see that it's a problem necessarily for you. Kailangan yung pakita that you are in the United Kingdom, you have accommodation suitable for you. By that, they just mean it's not overcrowded, it's accommodation that's suitable for you and indeed your family. Okay, so you need a tenancy agreement explaining that you confirming na meron kang visa nga dito, and preferably that tenancy agreement is in your joint names, yung joint name ng mo at saka yung partner mo nga. So accommodation, so it's a two-pronged section, the financial requirement. Now, character. Now, I mentioned that because, I mean, I have no reason to think, no, may problema nga. But I say character not so much in relation to criminality, no, or indeed civil issues. Nga. So if you've been made bankrupt, something like that. But I am the visa requirement, your existing visa nga, no. Importante po that so character can also include if you are an overstayer, for example, no. Issues nga with your leave to remain in the United Kingdom, because character is quite a wide thing, no. So do not let your visa expire. So matatapos ang visa mo 9 December 2025, which is in 4 weeks time. Importante pong ipasok mo yung application mo bago matatapos, no? So that you when you make the application, you had existing leave to remain in the United Kingdom. Kahit pinuto na nga nila. So it could be that you had a visa for another 2 years, no? Pinuto nga nila to 9 December 2025. If they did that, importante nga, don't be late. Submit your application before your visa expires, which at the moment it seems the 9th of December 2025. Okay, so huwag mong kalimutan. And you can make the application, of course, online. You will have about a couple of weeks or so to then book your, submit the other documents and book also your, make your biometric enrollment. Nga, no? So importante po yun. Don't let it lapse because that may be an issue as regards character. No? So just to summarize, nga, skilled work visa can be varied to that of a partner, no, otherwise known spouse, otherwise known as unmarried partner. If you've been together for more than for a minimum now of 2 years in a relationship like a marriage, no, it doesn't mean living together, but like a relationship. I suspect you're living together. No? Income requirement, no, 29,000 pounds nga, and because you're allowed, if you're allowed to work, then they can take into account your income. But if you're no longer working because naputo nga ang visa mo, then that means, of course, that they can't take into account your income. In which case, yung asawa mo nga lang. Kung hindi nga sapat, then you need to make representations on, if you like, exceptional circumstances, no, and you can do that, especially. You have a fair chance of succeeding with that dahil meron nga kayong anak, especially kung bata pang yung bata, no? And as long as you can submit all of those and there are no issues with character, then likelihood is you should be able to get your visa. Now, comes the other bit, no? Sabihin natin nakuha mo nga. If you get a partner visa, ibig sabihin, ang visa bibigay sa yung unang-una is 2.5 years, okay? So before that visa expires, kailangan mong ipasok uli, and then you get another 2.5 years. Pagka 5 taong ka na dito, and then you can apply then for indefinite leave to remain. Unless there are other possibilities, like if you've been here in the United Kingdom continuously for a minimum of 10 years, if you add the worker route and also the partner route, but chances are it's 5 years 2.5 years plus 2.5 years, and then spousal visa or partner visa bibigay sa'yo. And then, as I say, after that, then you can apply for indefinite leave to remain. Now, kung hindi sapat ang pera nyo, dahil nga nawala ng trabaho mo, si Mr. ang sweldo niya is under £29,000, then it could still be nabibigyan ka ng visa, but it will not be on the more standard spousal visa or partner visa, but rather on exceptional circumstances. Ibig pong sabihin, the upshot of that, the consequence of that is that it would be 10 years on that type of visa bago ka bibigyan ng indefinite leave to remain. Now, sabihin natin yung bigay sa'yo, no? 2.5 years nga. Now, you can, and then shortly after or before your visa expires, you then want to make another application, but your income then is £29,000 or in compliance with the minimum income requirement. Pwede yung palitan, ibig sabihin. So rather than waiting 10 years in total under the exceptional circumstances, you would then need to wait an additional 5 years, no? And then you can, so effectively 7.5 years before then you can apply for indefinite leave to remain. So mas maigsi ng kaunti, no? So it's there are consequences to to applying but not satisfying all the requirements. So importante po nga na alam nyo, okay? So it's if you can, it's better, of course, to make an application under the standard partner route, so that you have 5 years in total to get indefinite, rather than the exceptional circumstance route, because you don't satisfy the minimum income requirement, and then you may need to show 10 years nga total. Okay, so it's alternatively, gosh, I'm packing in a lot to this, right? Kung hindi nga kayo nagsasama, may nagka-problema kayo, hindi, you can't rely then on the partner route. You can make an application, of course, under the parent route, no? Dahil, of course, ang anak mo nga British, and you still have leave to remain. Importante po, if you don't take anything else away from what I'm saying, is see a solicitor before your visa expires. Make an application now before your visa expires, because once it expires, it limits your the options available to you. Okay, and that would be a pity. So yung nga, so good news, but lots of work on top, and hopefully not bad news in the end. So I hope that's of help. It's as I say, it's a scenario I'm very familiar with. I often advise people with these types of who have these types of cases. So don't panic. Okay, don't panic. There are things now that you can do, but it's also not necessarily it's not a straightforward. Most immigration cases now are not straightforward, but it's just not one of the most straightforward applications, because you have variation. There are other things that you're looking into. So ang payo po, see a solicitor, before doing anything else. And you don't have much time. You have 4 weeks. Okay, so don't forget to apply before your visa expires. All right. I hope that was help to you. I mean, I've always find you. I hope it comes across. I'm quite. I get quite excited about challenging cases. In this one, if it may be a common case, but it's always slightly different now. So it's a challenging case, nevertheless. Anyway, now, so we have other questions now, mamaya. We have lots of questions actually. They're quite interesting, big questions also. Of course, we will not forget to deal with them. But in the meantime, we are at my favorite part, no, of our show, which is the Batian section. I hope that there are some people now who are going to say hello. Kung nanonood kayo, nahihiya nga lang kayo, no? Huwag kayo mahiya. Say hello. Speaking of people saying hello, Miss Jones, Marilyn Jones, a blessed Thursday, sabi niya, a blessed Thursday evening to Attorney Lira and everyone watching. Keep warm and let's enjoy another interesting night. Salamat po, Miss Jones. Miss Jones is lovely. And do keep warm, ha? Siya, like a lot of people, a lot of people at Time of Pinoy, in the main, we are hardworking, and Miss Jones is no exception. She is hardworking, and then you're still keeping up your dancing, Miss Jones. Don't ask me how I know, but Miss Jones definitely is a good dancer. Miss Rafael, Emmeline Rafael, she's feeling good because she's sending me message in all caps. Sabi niya, hello, Attorney Lira. Good evening and happy Thursday to all the viewers. And keep warm. You are so right, Madam. Ngayon, it's ang lamig nga, no? It's so and it's the kind of cold that gets right inside you. No, do you know what I mean? No, it's like in your bones. It's so cold. So ngayon, actually, hindi lang nga ngayon. Most days, and I think it's down really to laziness on my part. I tend not to move from my chair. No, those of you who've seen me in my office, we have a conference room where we see people generally, but sometimes where I need to prepare documents, I bring people into my room, and people have commented things like, "Oh, ang init." I keep Philippine temperature in my office. Oh, outcast, sabi niya. Good evening, UK, sabi niya, no? Good morning, Pinas. Tama ka, no? Yeah. Oh, prayers to those Cebuanos who are affected. Yeah, by Typhoon Tino. Tama ka. Actually, no. We easily forget how how terrible the things can be nga, no, sa atin. They're persevering, but tama ka. It's a terrible thing, and some families have clearly lost not just loved ones, no, people have lost their lives, but also their living, no, their homes. So yeah, our prayers to them, and if you can help, please do. Please send help if you can. No, Natalia de Guzman. Hi everyone. Good topic from our solicitor. Share done. Yung tama ka. Salamat, Ms. Guzman. Sharing is caring, and that applies certainly to our show. No, kung meron kayong kilala, may problema nga sila, o meron kayong kilala, baka meron din silang kilala, yung kilala nyo, pasa nyo, no? Sharing is caring, for sure. Oh, Egay, the great guy from London. The great guy is for me, no? Because he's too humble to claim that title, but he is Egay, the great guy from London. Not so cold Thursday. Not so cold talaga. It's to Attorney Lira and to the viewers. I work from Canary Wharf today, and I'm taking care of Justin now. Justin is his little boy. It's still good news, Attorney Lira. Sabi niya, I'm still tap send ambassador. It's a money remittance to Philippines. A bonus of 15 pounds. 15 pounds, for the first-time users. Looking forward to lots of learning again into Attorney Lira's lovely voice. Egay, the great guy. Yeah, no, I mean, Egay, if you follow him, he's a great guy. No, he's actually quite a knowledgeable guy also. No, he gives really helpful tips too. So do follow him. Egay, the great guy. No. Miss Nadella. Yeah, Miss Nadella sabi niya, hello, Attorney Lira. I'm so proud of you. Oh, that's so kind. That really is so kind. That's no, it truly is. It's always a pleasure, no, to be with you nga, Miss Nadella. I hope that you're not working too hard. Siya ang sipag niya, no. And I hope that you are not working now. Kumain ka na. Kumain na kayo. I'm so hungry. Kung meron kayo naririnig, hindi ako yung aso ko, Dr. Watson is here, is walking around. So kung meron naririnig, it's not me, it's Watson. Miss Diesta, Lorna Diesta, good evening, Lira. Sabi niya, good evening, madam. Are you well? I hope you're well. I hope you're inside. Not working still, no? It's so, I mean, gabi na. But alas 8 nga lang, but it's actually, it feels somehow later, no? I suppose that's what happens nga, no, when it gets a bit darker nga, and it's get colder. I have 2 duvets. Perhaps that's too much information to share, no? Oh, so Miss Jess, it's nicer today. Actually, you're right, madam. No, Miss Jess, it is nice. It's a nicer day today than it was, say, was it a couple of days ago? No, a couple of days ago, umuulan, and I think I don't actually remember that it stopped. I'm sure it stopped sometime, but it was when I went into work, umuulan. When I left work, umuulan pa rin. So, so I think, yeah, it's probably, yeah, you're quite right. No, I should not moan about the weather. No. Okay, so may question si guys. Sabi niya, question from anonymous viewer, Attorney Lira. I started my job last month, but they told me that my skills do not seem to fit in the job, whether I'm overqualified or underqualified. Yeah? They fired me. Is there anything I can do? Oh, the first problem there is you're not yet, because it's only 1 week nga lang, no? You're unlikely to be protected nga, in terms of being able to claim unfair dismissal. But you can, of course, claim what's due to you under contract. So, for example, if you are supposed to get notice period, no, so you should still get paid, of course. If they fired you because somehow there's some issues with their health and safety, again, there, even though hindi ka pa 2 years doon, it could be that you're protected. You know? So it is difficult under the normal employment rights, because it's normally 2 years nga, in order to be able to claim unfair dismissal, which is the most common saying this, no, the most common, if you like, claim. I'm sorry to see that. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry, guy, that you came across that. Dahil nga, it's hard at the moment. No, mga tao, I know a fair few people who normally hindi nga problema, no, with jobs, but at the moment it seems to be more difficult to find employment. Good luck, no? Good luck. Miss Diesta, just finished cooking. Anong niluto mo? Anong niluto mo? Anong pagkain mamaya, no? I think ako, I probably will have some pasta, because that's the easiest nga. Pasta, I think, with char-grilled, I'm told, char-grilled vegetables with some sausages. I'm not, you can tell, well, I'm definitely not vegetarian. Yeah. I'm sure there are health benefits to being vegetarian, but I must say I like my sausages. I like my meat. I like chicken. Yeah. So I don't think I could be vegetarian. I don't eat too much meat. And too much meat is not good for you too, no? Ingat po kayo. Tayo mga Pinoy especially, ang halata ko, we have issues with our blood sugar, you know, level, kidneys, no? And heart issues. So ingat po, no? Hey guys, thanks, attorney, for the answer. Happy Guy Fawkes. Oh yes, nakalimutan ko. Yeah, indeed. Happy Guy Fawkes night. That was yesterday. I should know that there were lots of fireworks. It was great to see the fireworks. You know, terrifies it terrifies cats and some dogs. Ang aso ko, Dr. Watson's not bothered. Miss Diesta, corned beef lang po with potatoes. I love that. I like corned beef also. No, I like corned beef with it's the yung gulay nga. Well, I forget now. It's kalimutan ko na. So corned beef may gulay, no? To fry it together. Cabbage, di ba? Cabbage. Forgot the word, cabbage. What's cabbage in Tagalog? Repolyo, no? Repolyo, di ba? Repolyo in Tagalog. So yeah, love that. Oh, yes, you're making me hungry. Anyway, now I think that's probably it for our greeters for the moment. So, and I must not lose sight of the fact that we haven't dealt with the questions. So let's with the other questions, let's have a look. So sabi po niya ito, one of the viewers, ang question niya, ask ko lang po, anong mga requirements kapag mag-a-apply ng spouse visa? Pwede po bang biyanang kong lalaki ang magiging sponsor ko kahit may sarili ng bahay at trabahong fiancé ko? Sabi niya, no? Hindi ko lang po sure kung sapat yung earnings niya. Okay, earnings na una. So unang-una po, earnings must be no less than 29,000 pounds. Okay? And tama ka, it's a two-pronged condition nga for financial requirement. And that is, of course, yung nga, sabi ko, 29,000 pounds before tax per annum. And also, you need to be able to show that you have accommodation. No? Now, so yung, kung hindi nga sapat ang pera niya, but he has accommodation, so at least half of the financial requirement is satisfied. Pero hindi nga sapat, hindi nga 29,000 pounds. You can, in some cases, rely on your father-in-law, so biyanan mo. So let me just read to you what the Home Office. This is actually from the Home Office guidance. Okay, so what I'm about to read to you is from the Home Office guidance they give to the caseworkers pagka ganitong problema. So if you need to be able to show basically that you the refusal. So nagpasok ka ng application, so you're saying they should exercise the discretion in your favor because a refusal of the application, this from the Home Office, could result in unjustifiably harsh consequences for the applicant, their partner, or a relevant child, taking into account as a primary consideration the best interests of any relevant child affected by the decision. So for example, sabihin natin yung partner mo, yung asawa mo nga, may sakit, no? O meron kayong anak, o buntis ka, no? Those may amount to exceptional circumstances. Now, if the Home Office accept that there are exceptional circumstances, hindi lang po yun, no? Hindi ibig sabihin, tapos na, no? They will look at the next bit, and this is the next thing they say in their guidance. Once you have considered, once they have considered that there are indeed unjustifiably, a refusal would result to unjustifiably harsh consequences, next thing they look at is they will then need to consider other credible and reliable sources of income, financial support, or funds available to the couple in order to assess whether the minimum income requirement is complied with. So ibig sabihin po, kailangan yung pakita on top na talaga may pera nga yung biyanan mo, kung may nagtatrabaho nga, that there's enough income there, o kaya kung meron siyang savings, yung bahay nga niya. So anything and everything to show, sapat nga ang pera niya na makakatulong sa inyo. And that also means kailangan meron siyang statement, o kaya sulat, or otherwise affidavit, ang itsura nga, to say, yes, no, I'm happy to assist the couple. It's their gifts by me, to them nga. It can be, I don't know, for my income of £1,000 on a monthly basis, or £500 on a monthly basis, or a lump sum, as a kind of a gift. So yun, it's possible, but again, it's a two-stage thing. Ang una nilang titignan are the exceptional circumstances. Pangalawang, if the answer to that is yes, the pangalawang titignan nila is, are there credible sources of income? So ibig sabihin, talaga bang yung mangyayari yun, sapat ba, hindi lang na sinasabi nyo. So it could be, sabihin ng biyanan nyo, I would help, but actually he doesn't have any income. Then it's likely sasabihin nila it's not a credible source of income. So those two things. Now, what does that mean though? Sabihin natin nabigyan ka ng visa. We go back to our initial viewers question, So ang bisang bibigay sa'yo, discretionary leave to remain, on discretion. Ibig sabihin, ang kailangan pakita to get indefinite leave to remain on that type of visa is 10 years. So 2.5 years times 4. Okay. Whereas it's in a general spouse visa, it's 5 years. 2.5 times 2. So you're on. So if you can, of course, better the spouse, but better than nothing. Now, I'm sure we have some more questions. Sandali nga lang. Let's just have a look. Yeah, okay. So this one's a good one as well. So nag-a-apply po ako ng standard visit visa para sa mama ko. Legally married pa rin siya, pero more than 12 years na silang hiwalay ni Papa. Yung proof of residence niya sa Pinas ay bahay at lupa sa Batangas. Oh, nice. Na binili niya noong 2022. Sa title po, nakalagay single. No? Kasi pinabago niya noon para hindi maghabol si Papa. Okay? Pero sa ibang documents, marriage surname pa rin siya, pa rin ang gamit niya. Tanong ko lang po, maaapekto ba yung visa application niya? At ano po kaya ang magandang i-prepare na supporting documents bukod sa basic requirements? Okay, so two things, no? So una nga, kung ganun sitwasyon, ano bang, can you rely on those documents at saka anything else, no? So again, a scenario that I come across very regularly, no? So ang payo ko po ito, explain it. Do not be tempted not to disclose, make full disclosure. Because if you don't make a full disclosure, tapos makikita nila, then it's very likely they will say, well, it's deception. Okay? So if it's deception, ibig sabihin, any future applications will likely be affected by that. It could be na hindi siya bibigyan visa going forward. So importante po i-disclose nyo. Ang payo ko nga lang, because of course there's a contradiction, no? Nandun nga, nilagay niya single when clearly she's not single. Explain it, no? So sa sulat nga niya, explain that, yeah, it's noted as in her single name or a single, because at that time nga, maybe it's because they've been separated for so long, the 12 years. I don't actually know that it makes any difference necessarily as regards family law sa Pinas nga, but your mother probably thought, well, I treat myself as single, hiwalay na kami matagal. So explain it. Don't just forget about it, because otherwise they may say, well, you've made contradictory claims. You are married, but here you're noted as single. Explain it. Now, on top of that, ang payo ko, practical tips really is pagka nagpapasok ko ng application, most applications na pinapasok ko, I prepare a statement. Parang affidavit ang itsura, hindi bank statement. Sometimes people mistake it for bank statement. I prepare, and of course, I can't prepare a bank statement. You can only provide a bank statement. But I prepare nga a statement. Ang itsura, but like an affidavit. It doesn't have to be anything fussy. But always, of course, start with anong pangalan mo. So in a statement that I prepare for myself, I would say, I, Lira Simong Kabatbat, of yung address ko, make this statement knowing the same to be true. That's my standard starting point, because you're saying that what you're saying is true. You're making a declaration of truthfulness. Tapos, the first paragraph normally would say, I make this statement in support of my application for leave to enter the UK as a visitor. I submitted my application on kailan yung pinasok ng application. And then do subheadings. Okay, so normally I would say background. So I would say there, so are you single? Are you separated? Are you living with someone? What's your relationship with whoever you're going to stay with in the United Kingdom? And then I say, purpose of visit, especially from visit visa. I actually have a separate subheading for it. So purpose of visit. Bakit ka pupunta dito? It could be that you're retired. So I retired on so-and-so date. I wanted to treat myself or my daughter or husband or son treated me to a trip, want to treat me to a trip to the United Kingdom. I can take time off for longer, maximum of 6 months because I'm now retired, was they are working. So explain nyo, ano bang dahilan? Bakit ka pupunta dito? Or if you're just coming in to stay maybe with a friend for a few days or a few weeks nga, and then after that you want to gusto mo magkakwatsa, So you've been invited to stay with a friend for a week or so. Subsequent to that, you're looking to then tour, no? You want to go to Scotland. So, lagay nyo nga ang nung dahilan. And don't forget, no? Say, what do you have to go back to? Okay. So I will be returning to the Philippines, if you're coming from the Philippines, on so and so date, when I will continue to resume my work. Anong ginagawa nyo sa atin? Because one of the things that, the main thing I would say, na dahilan ng refusal usually is where it's a question of intention. Kung di sila naniniwala na aalis pa kayo, no? It is unfortunate, but it is the case, no? That that's normally their main issue nga, the issue of intention. So kailangan niyo sabihin, anong babalikan niyo, no? And it could be that meron kayong negosyo sa atin, and you just you manage to arrange for someone else to look after it, or you are here on you will be leaving and for a sabbatical, no? So a longer time the employers allowed you, or babalik kayo, you're studying, no? Especially for the youngsters nga, and you're studying nga sa Pinas, so you're just taking the time to tour whilst you're on school break nga, or university or college break nga, and then you'll be going back, resuming your studies. Explain it, no? Don't forget that. So as I say, background, of course, purpose of stay, and what are you returning to, no? The issue of intention. And I would just, I would even head it, intention, no? No, just for sake of completeness, that's normally how I start. For sake of completeness, I confirm that I will, of course, be returning to the Philippines to continue with, no? So yun. So ang hint ko po, ang tip ko sa iyo, absolutely deal with the contradiction, no? Single, tsaka, married nga. But also, don't forget, deal with the background, deal with your purpose of coming to the UK, and also deal with intention. And hopefully, if you deal with all those three things to get together sufficiently for the Home Office, hopefully bibigyan ka na ng visa, o bibigyan ng visa ng nanay mo. So I hope that's helpful. But for all of you out there, yung kung ano mapapasok nyo, it may be, most of the time, it's a good idea to have some kind of statement, especially if it's a bit more complex, and certainly for visit visa applications. My hint for the day, my tip for the day. Now, gosh, ang bilis-bilis ng panahon, no? It's just, they say, time goes fast when you're having fun, and I certainly have had great fun. Oh, Lorna Diaz, sabi niya, thanks for sharing us your gifts and talents. She's lovely. Yes. God bless po, and good night. Oh, God bless and good night to you, Miss Yes. Hopefully you enjoy your dinner, your corned beef and potatoes, sabi mo, no? Oh, Guy, the great guy from London, sabi, share ko lang, last Sunday, Justin and I watched Marty Pellow. Oh, from Wet. Ah, talaga? Right. Love is all around, ang popular song nila sa movie For Weddings and the Funeral. I've forgotten. I like that film. Yeah. In O2, North Greenwich, in Sweet Box. Wow. What a lucky boy Justin is. I like, I didn't realize actually Marty Pellow is still is still holding concerts. Loved. Oh, I'm so jealous. Yeah, I remember what. Edgar! Oh, Edgar Duay. Good evening. Oh, hello, Attorney Lira. Mga tagapakinig, sabi niya, mabuhay, Edgar. Are you well? Kamusta ang pamilya mo? No? I hope you've eaten. Now, because I haven't. People must be thinking, oh God, she's food obsessed. Pagkagutom ako, I don't know if you do this, Edgar. Na pagkagutom ako, I can't think of anything else on my food. Sabi ni Edgar, pareho tayo, ulam. LOL, sabi niya, my baby Anna cooked it. Talaga. It's so nice when they can cook, no? And they cook for you. Even better nga, no? Wow, ulam. Anong ulam mo? Anong ulam? May kanin ba? No? I'm having pasta tonight. Corned beef lang po with potatoes, sabi ni Lorna. Oh, I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. Thank you very much for keeping me company. It's always a pleasure, no? And we're already November now, no? So it'll be December soon. My gosh. Oh, check out our our Facebook now. I posted fairly recently the kind of fact versus fiction as regards indefinite leave to remain. So feel free to share it. Yeah. Dahil yung chismis nga nandiyan pa rin hanggang ngayon that somehow no more indefinite leave to remain, babawiin na nila, everyone's going to be sent back. Hindi po tama, hindi po totoo. So share it, no? Share it as many times as you can. So mga kababayan natin, mga tao, that they're not worrying about it, no? So, Edgar, sabi po niya, well po, me and Irene going to gala night ng Britanya ngayon sa Saturday in Hilton, Kensington. Wow, how wonderful. Oh, Edgar, that's great. Send us pictures. No? Email me some pictures. Wow. Gosh, you're going to get all dolled up. They are a stunning couple. And they'll prove that to us by sending us photos. No, Edgar? No. I hope so. Now, so it's salamat po ulit. Thank you very much for keeping me company, and thank you again for those who posted their questions. I hope that my answers are of help. Thank you to the Facebook groups nga for allowing us to post our contents nga on their pages. Salamat po. And as I say again, sharing is caring. No, if you didn't catch us live tonight, no, look at the replay, no, and share it, no, and hopefully it's of some help to some, especially yung mga taong nag-aalala. So as usual po, send me your questions by Wednesday next week, and I'll try my best to deal with them, of course, in the show. And don't forget to say hello, no. Always a pleasure, of course, to discuss things with you. So that just leaves me really to say salamat po ulit. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat, and hopefully you'll be able to join me again at LIRA in Law next week. Same time, same place. Good night.